You know what it is? I got to start off with a smile. I got to fix my shirt, Lord. Um, happy tantalizing, terrific Tuesday. It's a great day to have a great day. It's always a great day. Every day you put your feet on the ground, it's a great day. Hello, hello, Instagram. How is everyone on this night? I should say good night, good night, good night. How is everyone on this night? Um, Hopefully, everyone has had a great day. Um, and I'm here to talk real estate. It's Real Estate Tuesday. My name is Toria Howard. I'm a real estate professional here in the beautiful city of Detroit and the surrounding areas. And I'm talking about, do you really need a realtor? Because you hear all these things. A lot of people like to do things on their own, and that's cool. If you are one of those people, you just have to have the knowledge, right? So if you don't have the time to have the knowledge, that's why professionals like myself are here for you. So I'm going to break down the importance of having a realtor and what it is for us, what we do for you, okay? Because we work for you, right? So drop a one in the comments if you're new to my live, drop a two if you are watching the replay, and drop a three if you have been here before. And I really appreciate you. So let's get into it because I'm not here for a long time, here for a short time. So one thing that a realtor does is understanding market trends and smart pricing. If your realtor doesn't know this, that means they're not keeping up with the market and not doing what they're supposed to do. But understanding the market trends and smart pricing is knowing where prices are going, how you should, bid, and also, how you should, what you should list your property for. So, and you have to know the market trends because things are moving, especially in this economy that we're in. So you need to understand things are constantly changing. So why does that matter? The right knowledge can save you money and help you build wealth through real estate. That's why it's important. So, for example, a home is listed for 250,000, but the market shows it should be 230,000. Without expert guidance, you overpay. You would know that. You would just pay for it, especially if you're qualified for that. So while clients secure the best deal and keep money in their pockets, that's the whole point. Secure the deal, keep the most money in your pocket, right? So you have to know that basically what the price is showing, what you see on Zillow, Redfin, all of those different sites might not be the actual price in which it's worth. You could get it for lower. Okay. So it's always good to get with a real estate professional to do that. So the number two is negotiation with confidence and strategy. Negotiating can be difficult if you don't know what you're doing. You don't know the right things to say. You don't know the terminology. You don't know how to speak to people, because a lot of times uh, people don't know how to talk to people when it comes to this type of thing. So sellers have agents fighting for them, right? You need a skilled negotiator to protect your financial future. So just like buyers, you need to have someone who's fighting for you, who is going to have a strategy going in, who knows what you are looking to do. Like, just I have an investor client and I advise him all the time, like, listen, it's good to buy whole assets right now because of the way the economy is working. It's good to accumulate the assets. Then once you accumulate the assets, then you can take that equity and start flipping properties from, take that as you may. But I always make sure that I'm providing the best advice because I studied the industry. So another example is you fall in love with a home, but don't know how to structure a winning offer. You have to be able to structure the offer so that it works in your favor. And you want it to work in your favor because it's your money, right? It's one of the biggest purchases you're going to ever make. So I help my clients avoid overpaying and negotiating terms that set them up for success. I just did it. I just It was a house that was on the market for 54,000 for my client. He only has 50,000 to spend. I told him, well, let's put in an offer for 48.5. And we won. And we were not the highest bid. So you have to be able to go in with a strategy and know with confidence and say it with your chest, like that price. So, It's in a growing neighborhood. He could get some good equity, and also, let's just say, also English teacher. Also, he can use it for leverage for his next purchase. A lot of people don't understand that, like, your first home is used for leverage for your next purchase. That's the whole point of it. That's what you want to do. You want to have something to use for the bank instead of using your income all the time. So the third thing is contracts, fine print, and legal protection. Now, I'm not a lawyer, so you can get a lawyer to help you with real estate contracts. Okay. So I'm not saying that you can't, but we do have legal protections that we have to follow and guidelines that we know of that protect you. So it's good to be with a professional that knows that. And is anything outside of that scope that has something to do with, that a lawyer is supposed to handle? Of course, he's supposed to, let you handle that with a lawyer. But why does this matter? So one overlooks a contract clause could delay your home ownership goals and cost you serious money. You have to make sure that you understand each and every line. There's lines on a sales contract, and you have to understand each and every line. They got so many different terms and terminology and legal jargon that's in there. You have to be able to understand it. So, for example, a buyer unknowingly waives their finance contingency. What's the finance contingency? So you basically waive that. So if something falls through with your money that you're supposed to get, you're still responsible to buy that home, and you could be sued. So you need to understand that it's different lines. Okay. So when you waive, you can waive your finance contingency, you can lose funding and forfeit your earnest money deposit if you make simple mistakes because you don't understand how the contract works. So my clients move forward with confidence, knowing that I have the protection that they need in every step of the way because I know the contract. I know it line by line, and I'm making sure that I am bringing it to the forefront for them to understand it. If you want me to walk you through it as my client, line by line, I'll do that as well if you want to understand it. But there's timelines in there. There's inspection contingencies. All of these different things you have to understand could make or break your deal or leave you responsible and holding the bag. So the fourth thing is exclusive listing and competitive advantages. So why does this matter? So the best homes often sell before they hit public websites. I have connections with other real estate agents who, like, could call me and be like, hey, listen, I have a listing coming up before I even hit the market, and we can start negotiating before I even get there. You have first dibs. Find you a professional like myself who always networking with other individuals. I network with realtors all across this country because I have clients all across this country, due to the fact that I am learning how to make, relationships, because relationships matter. And I do financial literacy, credit repair. So my clients all across the country. I just signed up someone in North Carolina. I introduced her to a real estate agent in Raleigh, North Carolina, where she lives. So you have to find people who are willing to go out there and network and know when listings are coming so you can get better deals, right? So the best homes often sell before they hit the public market. So working with the expert gives you the inside track, like I said. So for instance, if a home fits your criteria, but multiple buyers are interested, and that's always a problem. But I leverage my network and to get you the offer first, positioning you ahead of everyone else. That's the good part about it, right? You have to understand the advantages of hiring a real estate agent. People like, oh, you got to pay real estate agents now and all of that. Listen, it's either pay the professional so that you can have a smooth transition, the right professional like myself, or spend the money later on when there's hiccups, because I've seen that happen before. Now, if you want to go and do the studying and the terminology and do the things that you need to do, by all means, I trust no one's information but your own. If you have the time, if I had my real estate book, I will show you how thick it is. And one of the biggest chapters that we have is contract law, and we have We have to know all the different contracts. So all the different types of deeds, all these different types of things we have to know. So you have to hire the right professional. So the last thing is expert guidance at no cost to you. Okay. So many first time home buyers think that hiring a realtor costs money. It doesn't cost money up front. Now, with the NAR, National Association of Realtors, decision that was brought down, you could be responsible with paying your realtor fee, but a lot of time the seller is still paying that fee for your buyer's agent as well. But that doesn't even happen until the end of the transaction is closed. So you're not paying for anything up front unless you have a real estate agent. Some real estate agents do charge you a fee though, because a lot of people will waste your time. So they might charge you a fee to go see a house, $25, $30, $40 here and there. Maybe, you know, hey, to each his own. But you have to understand that there is no cost up front. The seller typically pays the buyer's agent commission. So so for example, a buyer skips using an agent to save money but ends up having to pay in the end, because you still have to pay some type of transaction fee. You have to pay it anyway. And if you go with a realtor who has a network like myself, because it's still going to be a transaction fee regardless if you use a realtor or not. And realtor fees are negotiable. Nothing is set in stone. Some people have set prices that they charge certain individuals. Some go by percentages from 1% to 3%, right? So it just all depends on the professional that you choose. And there's no discussion of the compensation, on the paperwork. I mean, not in the paperwork, in the MLS anymore, which is the multi-listing service. That's against the law now. So you have to be able to get with a realtor who will put you in the best position. So I gave you 5 reasons why hiring a real estate agent is essential for you in your home buying and selling, okay, endeavors. So number 1 is understanding the market trends and smart pricing. If your professional don't know the market trends, then I don't know what they're doing, right? This is our job to do that. Negotiating with confidence and strategy. Negotiations are not hard when it comes to real property. This is money that is being transferred through real property. And you have to be able to know a real estate agent who will have a strategy for you based on your circumstances, right? And then you have number 3, which is contracts, fine print, and legal protection. There's a lot of paperwork that goes into the front part of getting a deal done. You're going to be signing a lot of paperwork. And also when you go to the closing table, when you sign all your mortgage statements and all of those different things, you're going to have someone with you to kind of beat down that anxiety a little bit, because it could be a lot. I bought my first house in 2010, and it was overwhelming, all the paperwork. And back then, they didn't really have e-signs, so you had to sign all that stuff by hand. So knowing that you have hired a professional who knows what they're talking about, what they're doing, contracts, fine prints, and legal protections. And like I said, the sales contract is line by line. It has different things and it's lined. And you have to be able to understand. If you don't understand what the contract is telling you, you can mess up your earnest money, which is the money deposit that you put down when you first buy a home. And you can lose that money because you're supposed to get that back at the closing table once the deal goes through. So the 4th thing was exclusive listings and competitive advantage. I'm always networking with other realtors. So sometimes they come to me and be like, hey, I got a listing. They send me stuff. I network with wholesalers, for my investors, everything. And then the last thing is expert guidance at no cost to you. It doesn't cost anything up front. And negotiations, as far as the cost is concerned, that comes at the end of the transaction. A lot of times the seller is paying that fee still. It's not guaranteed, but you still have your finances in order to be able to combat that. Because when you're first buying your home, there are first time home buyer grants, and Michigan is giving up to 25,000. Detroit's giving up to 25,000, and then Michigan just increased theirs. So it doesn't matter where you are in Michigan, you can What's your question, Quentin? Throw it out there. So it doesn't matter if you go from, like I said, Detroit has 25,000, Michigan just increased theirs. Macomb County had a grant at one point, and Oakland County. So we're depending on where you want to live, you can get a lot of grants and different things for your, your down payment and your closing costs, but you're still going to need money for inspection, appraisal, earnest money, right? And you may have to pay a realtor fee, but that is negotiable. Because I always ask my clients too, like, what can you afford? I'm here to help you. I am going to get paid for my services, but I'm here to help you. So, I'll wait for your question, Quentin. If it's coming, it's going to come through. Sometimes it's a delay. So hiring a real estate agent is important in your process. It will help you streamline the process. If you hire the right professional like myself, it will go smooth. It will. So make sure that you understand. I have it in my ebook. I have ways for you to ask the right questions to real estate agents. Interview these people. Interview the real estate agent. Interview the lender. Interview anybody that's a part of your process, because you're going to need to know that they are going to be on top of it and here to help you and for you. So that's the thing. I don't see if you had a question, Quentin, I don't see it come through, because you can always inbox me too. Okay. I know a little bit about Subject 2. So Subject 2 is basically seller financing, and you have to make sure that thank you, Will. You have to make sure that the deal can be set up in that way that the seller will accept that. And then you have to set up your criteria for that Subject to. Like, you have to be able to offer something that they would want to take over somebody paying them with cash. So that's the thing. You have to make sure that you set that deal up so that the seller is getting something, either up, you're gonna have to pay something up front, like a down payment, and then you have to have a timeline in which you're going to pay that money to them for that property. So it's I know something about it, of course. Like, if somebody came to me, I would definitely eat it up and find out how to really do it, but I know a little bit about it. You just have to make sure that you set that deal up to the point where it looks favorable for the seller, and they won't take nobody else's deal over yours, because somebody's going to either be paying with cash or have the finance, and they can get that money in, that whole lump sum. So you have to make sure that you are making it favorable for them. And with the Subject to, you have to make sure that you find somebody that has a pain point, that really wants to sell, okay, to the where they really want to sell, but it's not a like a obligation for them. Like, they don't. It's not like, oh my God, I need this money tomorrow type of situation. Like, you have to find somebody who is like, they're not looking for the money real quickly. They're willing to work with you. So you can structure those Subject to deals. You just have to make sure that it's structured in a way that the seller finds it favorable over, cash or, loans. I hope that helps. If you have any other questions, you can let me know. I'm about to end because I've been on here for almost 20 minutes. And some people say I talk too much. But I'm here to educate. I'm an educator by day. But definitely reach out to me. It doesn't matter if you're in the Detroit area. I can help you. I know real estate agents all around this country. I would love to help you set up your home ownership strategy. I have a ebook for first-time homebuyers called Journey to Your Castle, which I'm gonna drop in the chat after. It's in my link in my bio under my 10K card, but I'm gonna drop it in my Facebook chat, and also chat, my Facebook comments, and also in my YouTube description section. So you can purchase that. It'll help you walk you through that first-time homebuyer step by step from concept all the way to closing table. And I got something for homeowners as well. So, House Rich and Money Smart and House Rich is my guide for homeowners, because a lot of times we have a plan going into buying our home, but not once we get in there. So I'm showing homeowners how to turn their liability into an asset. So, like I said, it's at a nominal price, and you also get a complimentary 15-minute consultation with me to help you set up some things. So, like, comment, share. Thank you for the participation. I appreciate you, Quentin. Thank you for the question. And if you have any questions, you can definitely DM me. But definitely check out my ebooks. Gift it to someone you know who's looking to buy a home. Education is key. Education is power, and gaining assets at this juncture of this economy is essential. So, have an amazing night, and I will see you in these social media streets. Have an amazing day.